right, so we'll just start right away with the first question, which is 4 things we learned as first-time parents. Well, we are still learning. Our baby is not even 1 year yet. March will be 1 year. And so, Gloria will start with the first point. I'll do the second. She'll do the third. I'll do the fourth, and in that order. So go for it, my love.
First-time parent or first-time mother. It's been an interesting journey. Very, very grateful to God. I think I've come to understand that God gives grace for every season of life, no matter your situation, honestly speaking. And it's interesting how your life changes drastically when a baby comes in. Honestly speaking, like a lot has changed. Like, it's when you get married, your life changes. When the baby comes, your life even changes more. So honestly, I've but for some reason I've enjoyed being a mother though, but I've also really, really missed the times when I could have a break, It's always enjoyable to have my baby around me and all the things I have to do for her and all of that. But sometimes I'm like, I wish I can have a time where, one whole day I don't have anything to do with motherhood, nothing, and it's just me and just spending time with me and God and all of that. But it's been interesting, like the time you spend with the Lord, the time you even spend with your husband, your friend, family and friends, they all, like, everything changes, everything looks different. It's like you have to sort of like make time for certain things. You have to plan. Like right now, I remember back when even when I got married, like my day starts 2 hours before the day starts, and that 2 hours meaning it includes me spending some time with the Lord, like an hour, praying and reading the word, and then an hour preparing for the day and all of that. I don't have that anymore. Not even I don't think I've been able to get like that 1 hour. I think recently I was able to steal in some 30 minutes, where it's just me just spending time with the Lord and all of that. But since baby came in, it's been a flowy relationship with the Lord. Where
you have a new boss at home, so
where flowy, she's the one that like moves your life about. Flowy means like I'm listening to the Bible when I'm breastfeeding, I'm praying when I'm like washing the bottles, like all of those things, and it's just been so different. Sleep becomes like a whole lot. I mean, things get better. Sleep, it gets better when the baby is growing, but like the first year, you forget about sleep as a mother. Like that's smooth sleep without waking up and all of that. So it's just been. We are still navigating it though. We've not mastered it, and I don't know if we'll ever master it. But
I know, man.
It's been an interesting season. Yeah,
and that's so good. And when you talk to parents who've done it for many years, they always say the same thing. That look, we are still learning. So this is just our experience. Now, what Gloria shared is primarily for just both the husband and the wife. I'm also going to add one more point to that, and then she'll share one for just the mothers, and I'll share one for the husbands. So for one other general for both couples will be the fact that you can't do this alone. Like, you need family and reliable friend support. Now, let me just take the point back. You can't do this alone. You can't do this alone by the grace of God, but it's much more difficult if you do that. You need a lot of support. Being in a foreign country, like my wife and I in America, where it's not very collectivist, right? Rather, it's very individualistic as a culture in general. Look, we live in an apartment. We've been here for for about a year and a half. We don't even know the name of our next door neighbor, but there are so many people who live there, and that should tell you, the extent to which you can feel very lonely. And so the support is so crucial. Like, we've had a little bit of support. Gloria's dad came for a couple of weeks. Her sister came around. Even doing this video, because her sister is around, we're able to record this video. Like, that's how much we've not had time for like just the two of us. It's really crazy, and so that's one of the things I was saying. And because of this important point, a lot of people sometimes when they start dating, for example, they cut off all their friends and family. Don't do that. It's not wise. Like, those relationships are the relationships that you're going to need for the rest of your life. Right. Yes, your significant other, your partner, eventually your spouse, will be the most important person to you, hopefully, but you still need the other, people to support you. So keep those relationships if you're single. Like, don't throw them off. If you find friends who are great, who've been great with you, please keep them. Family, if you're having issues with your family, like try to keep resolving that and keep, because you will need these relationships for the rest of your life, trust me. And in this season as first time parents, man, oh my goodness, in as much as we don't have a lot of them like here coming, it's mostly just Gloria and I managing, you know, they support a lot, the quality checking, they, you know, do video calls, they give advice, so that support alone, just that emotional support is so much needed. So that'll be like my main general points for both partners. So.
Right. And I mean, adding to family and friends support, I think one, I mean, you said I should say something to the wife. So maybe one big one will be your husband's support. And if you're out there and you have a very supportive husband, please don't take him for granted in this season. You know, it can be very frustrating, especially when they are doing things in a way that, you know, you think things should be done this way. And I remember there was a time Alex was like, can you not give me 5 instructions about the baby at the same time?
She still does it sometimes. Hey, bring the water. Take your time. Just one person. Relax. But again, she's stressed. She wants to, release it. So.
And but you can easily take it for granted because it's like you are stressed and you want certain things to be done certain ways and everything. But I think one thing I read from an article that you should trust the people that they're around to support you. Trust that they will take care of your baby well. Trust that they will do what they have to do, because it gives you a peace of mind. And honestly, I've come to understand that it's the Lord that takes care of these little ones. So we are just, because we are just stewards. We are. So sometimes we are like there's little details, but honestly, just trust them that they are going to do a good job when you hand the baby over to them, right? So I mean, being grateful even for the little things. But actually, and I mean, if you're a single mother out there, I really salute you.
For sure.
Oh my God,
It's
I don't
tough.
know how. Or maybe you are married and you don't have a supportive husband, in especially when you have a new baby. Like, I'm really sorry, and I pray that the Lord brings help your way. But it's so important. And when I was marrying Alex, I didn't even know how he's going to be as a father. And now he's a father, and I'm seeing that part of him, especially like in the early beginnings. And I'm so grateful to God for that, right? And so, yeah,
so that was the third point. We did both, for the most part, to the mothers, right? And also the last one, the fourth point, which will be to the husbands. Now, I'll say that I think that as much as possible, now, especially for if you've not had your baby yet, and maybe you're on the way coming, or you are just married or whatever, or you're even not married yet, but this is something you can keep in your head, right? If you can witness the birth, oh man, that would be great. I know depending on the country and the kind of hospital, some people may not allow, but if you have the opportunity to do so, do so. Like, it was a big game changer for me to witness my Grace Lynn being born, and seeing everything. I think there are 3 things that I can talk about quickly from that. Number 1, the awesomeness of God. Like, how? Like, it's just strange. Like, I mean, even the doctor, the nurse, one of the nurses said that she doesn't see how you can be a midwife or work with mothers who are giving birth and not believe that there's a God. It's miraculous. It is miraculous. Right. But number 2 will be just the strength of a woman. Like, I know men are strong physically, all of the things, but I don't know. It just hits differently. Just seeing the kind of pain, I know the pain sounds like really, it is. The Bible compares, some of those things like childbirth, pain of a child. It's not a joke. Like, it's really tough. God was gracious to Gloria, and everything, but it was still very difficult. Just seeing that pain and seeing the strength, I think it makes you admire my wife, at least from my perspective. Finally, just the value you place on your wife. I think it really increased my value, the value I place on Gloria. And I've joked with this, and I say, as the babies grow up and, they start trying to mess up and trying to, like, be stubborn, I'm like, hey, do you know what your mom went through? Like, the mom is not, I'm supposed to say it because I saw it, right? So if you're already a parent and you are you are trusting God for more, and you can, please witness it. I think it makes a difference. So this will be our four, I mean, we can say 440, but I'll just give you 4 things we learned as first time parents.